boy Black Timmy. How you Timmy Turners are doing? We are back at it again with another video. Today we are going to be watching a video by Omar. This is Anthony was in the racial chat room showing feet. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some bullshit, but you know, let's just get right into it.
Who infamously called Ian a and now he just kind of quotes that to death. That dude clearly had a few screws loose, but Ian really had no problem with putting him on blast to make him look ridiculous.
Did Anthony just say what I think he just said? Hold on, let me get into costume just to make this right.
He's cute.
Hello everyone, Omar here, the internet's most unemployed commentator, and I'm here to tell you about Anthony Fantano apparently being a racist. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with the needle drop, aka...
Oh, and I've seen him before. Don't he? Well, I'm pretty sure Omar was just about to say, but do he do like commentary about hip-hop and shit?
Anthony Fantano, aka that white guy in glasses who commentates on different albums, different music, different genres.
And he's not the only one. What's that white nigga name again? The other white nigga. The dirt start with dirt. Something about just drop the dirt or whatever the hell. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know him. Then he got exposed by being a racist also. But why are we not surprised? Why the fuck we not surprised?
He's widely regarded as the authoritarian on this side of YouTube, really on all sides of YouTube when it comes to reviewing music.
Say what you want about Anthony Fantano, whether you agree with his takes or not, but you gotta respect the guy. You have to, because first of all, he listens to an insane amount of music. I've been going through his YouTube reviews and he's talking about music and artists that I've never heard in my life, and just a range of genres.
So just because of that, we need to excuse his behavior. You see, this is the fucking problem. This is the problem right there.
Right? Y'all don't do that, first of all. Second of all, every time he has a take or an opinion, he backs it up with facts. He's always talking about why he feels a certain way about a body of work, whether it's the production or the vocal performances. He has knowledge
I don't give a damn
about how music is put together. Some of y'all like to jump on this app and just say, this album's mid, and you have no explanation. So whether you agree with him or not, you have to respect the fact that he backs up his explanation.
This girl is Dick Ryan
every damn time.
Holy glaze. Well, I never thought that I would be scrolling across the internet and coming across a tweet or a series of tweets about him saying some out-of-pocket, just downright racist.
And first of all, every time I listen to a song, when I say it's kind of okay, it's not because everybody else is saying it, because unlike y'all, I have my own mind. It's like I'm just not really feeling it.
Seems like another one bites the dust.
Like take Taylor Swift for example.
In less than 24 hours, Anthony Fantano has been exposed laughing at Trayvon Martin's death with his alt-right buddies, caught saying the N-word with a hard R on video, a deleting post from last night where he hinted Drake was a PDF file. This is what happens when white men pretend to be a part of a culture just to grift off of it, and y'all let him sit at the table.
Exactly. Y'all people who let white people involved with our fucking black culture, that just goes to show I kind of feel like it's come from self-hate, and you just want white acceptance, which is something that I would never do in my goddamn life. I don't give a damn. Just like the whole Aiden Watts. Y'all let that man slide.
And now I am here to present to you all a video about Anthony Fantano apparently being a racist. Now, the original video that we saw at the beginning is depicting him seemingly saying two slurs, one to blacks and one to gay people. To give him some bail here, this is quoted, this is from someone else saying how somebody was talking specifically about him, so it is taken a little bit out of context. But I would think that somebody who is more responsible, like Anthony Fantano, would be able to know that he should not be saying these sorts of words. Like, you shouldn't be saying these things.
And let me tell you something, if you have this obsessed hatred towards black and gays, let's be honest, it's given that you're really into it. Like, that's what it's given. That's just equivalent of saying that, oh, y'all don't like black girls. When, first of all, y'all niggas is way too fucking busted and too broke to be saying that y'all don't like black girls. That's second of all. And third of all, even if you are those things, bitch, you're still dusty. Like, I don't give a damn how attractive a nigga is. Like, bitch, how you talk to people and how you carry yourself and how you behave, it makes you look really ugly inside. And I know that sounds so cheesy to say, but let's be honest, y'all, that's really be true.
Even in a quote, this isn't literary work. I don't understand why people don't understand not to say these things when it comes to quoting someone. This is a white guy in a predominantly black space, and he seemed like Quentin Tarantino rolling those hard R's and F slurs off his tongue, man. Almost like he was years into the game of doing this. Now, if it ended there, we wouldn't be making this video, but there is more evidence about Anthony Fantano that is
And you know he gonna be like, oh, I was young, it was a mistake, yada yada yada. No, bitch. Okay, first of all, I get it. That's the way how you was around with group of people who think who also okay that is to say those type of things, but at the same time your mind is old enough to know that it's not okay to say those things. It's like you cannot put all the blame into that. Like you gotta put blame on yourself also. It's like you are grown enough to educate yourself to know saying those type of things is wrong. But you know what? People just don't want to educate themselves, which is fucking sad.
Very damning, I'll say, to be quite honest with you.
Vegan invited me to an event that talked to me about Adidas buying guys that show liberal whiteness and Trayvon Martin. Okay.
Dude, fuck Trayvon. No, I was thinking Trey Melvin. I have a big thing with Trey Melvin.
Trayvon Martin.
What about him?
It's all these fucking black names, dude. I get confused.
Whoa!
Yes.
Is this the male equivalent of Doja Cat being in those racial chat rooms showing her feet? Yeah, that is Anthony Fantano. That is not anything edited. That is him making fun of, laughing at.
And guess what? He gonna be like, oh, I'll apologize. I didn't mean it. Nah, bitch, that's how you really feel.
Out-of-pocket, outrageous things and just not saying anything about it. This is him as a grown-ass man. I don't want to hear those excuses in the chat. But yeah, that
exactly. I don't want to hear no damn
It
excuses.
was a meme review channel that he had from back in the day where he also was depicted having a cord wrapped around his neck while an image of a black guy with a white noose around his neck appeared behind him. Next, we can see a background image of another black person being choked right as Fantano says the words choked to death. He's playing the specter of black,
You see, men who behave like this, they act like, ooh, I could be racist toward black people, and if they come after me, the law gonna protect me. First of all, y'all people need to understand, like, men who act like they're untouchable, first of all, no man on this earth, including me, is untouchable. Even Donald Trump, he is the president of the United States, and even he not even untouchable. So what makes you think you could just be behaving and saying all this and bet your ass not go get touched? Like, that's the thing with this whole masculinity ego that I don't fucking like. Y'all need to be humble. Niggas like that need to be humble.
Lives and deaths for laughs. Okay, well, I'm sure that has to be the only things that people have on Anthony Fantano as far as dirt goes. There can't be
the end of my YouTube career for the whole Alex is a thing. Real nibbles do stuff. Who infamously called Ian a.
And I don't want to hear nothing about no, oh, that was AI and shit. No, this is clearly him saying this shit.
Einstein, what's your opinion on Mike Dean producing the new album? I'm not even a really big guy. So Jigglypuff is a social justice meme featuring a loud, obnoxious pig of a human being who's screaming her brains out at the New Hampshire college date of Milo Yiannopoulos' Dangerous Tour. Another funny slew of social justice memes.
And that's the thing when these quote-unquote straight, 100% straight guys, they love to use this whole F slur, and they love to use that, and it's like, my guy, are you sure you're not one of us? Like, are you sure you're not one?
Because everything they say is nearly brain dead. There's so many of these videos cropping
just like
up
you, nigga, you brain
all
dead.
of the channels that are essentially just ripping off Sargon of Akkad's channel can barely keep up. In calling the Brody says he's nice, fave if he's a. It's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, that's brutal. That right there was part of.
He never had his ass whooped. That's what it shows.
People gathering information from Anthony Fantano in the past. He had an all YouTube channel at one point in time where he just said and did some of the most outrageous things that the article of the Fader would later on call him an edgelord for. Stuff that normal people just probably would not say. You know, I think that's.
And you wonder why we have Black History, Pride Month. That you wonder why we have those things, because people like y'all like to torture us.
And there's a bunch of excuses in which Anthony Fantano, his fans and disciples have used in order to shield him from any sort of backlash. As you notice, there were a lot of super chats or comments or tweets that he was reading from, saying that, you know, these slurs came from quotes and he was just quoting the person who was saying these things originally. Now, again, I don't think that a lot of people find that to be a very valid excuse for saying these things outright. These things are still derogatory. They are disrespectful. It's not like he doesn't know that. He is very much so in the know. But he still continued to say them.
Exactly. He a grown-ass man, bro.
Conversation? I don't know. I don't know what would make you just quote a bunch of racist things. Or
like, you could teach a 10-year-old, like, it's not okay to say this shit. Like, come on now. Let's be fucking for real.
Homophobic things like that. Now, since then, the channel has been terminated from YouTube. You know, we don't want that on the platform. We want to scrub that. He is still the needle drop after all.
So what happened?
His page terminated for how long? And when did his page was terminated?
All of that videos are removed and replaced with this video of his 20-second still image demonetization symbol. Anthony states on both his Twitter and his Facebook page that the channel is dead. On Twitter especially,
let me read it.
Twitter and his Facebook page that the channel is demonetization.
Hold on, let me read it.
Anthony states on
discipline is that YouTube continued to demonetize every video regardless of tag content titles. They're really no use. Wait, I'm trying to see the post. Okay, I already read this. I'm trying to see. I can barely see it. But it's like, boy, that's your fault. You should be behaving this way, so that's on you.
So both his Twitter and his Facebook page.
Hey, story about in some of your podcasts. I wanted to reach out to comment about some of the more controversial. I did.
But the channel is dead. On Twitter especially.
Okay, there. He said if channel can't attract advertisement, the channel has no future. It's not worth the time and not worth the error, the drama. Sorry guys, I have other things I have to be focused on. That just isn't a part.
Anthony discusses why the channel.
Why take the video down? YouTube has made it clear the content isn't welcome. Why take the video? Look at the shit that you're saying. Why wouldn't they take it down? Like, come on, he playing dumb.
Fader responds video 3 days later. Fader had written a piece on how that is the plan panders to the alt-right. All the points made in the article are false, and Anthony explains how each point is ridiculous due to the points being made out of context. For example,
out of
the
context.
first shocking reveal is this photo. Is this photo of me during a video where I'm parodying Hobson fans?
You know what? I think he remind me of somebody.
Is hanging himself with toilet paper. Toilet paper, not a noose. Which, if you didn't know, has been a pretty viral internet meme over the past year or so. Kids blowing up on platforms like the now defunct Vine, just kind of.
But now you're using that meme towards black people. That's the problem.
And off of sharing this meme,
I mean, either way it goes, that still ain't right.
I'm an alt-righter and that I'm racist and I want people, specifically black people, to be hurt.
Now, I'll give you that, Anthony. There are some memes that are definitely taken out of context. People shouldn't look at history that way. They should try to get the full scope and the full perspective and then try to make assessments and judgments, because that could have been debunked without even putting out some sort of article. There's definitely grace and there's place and space for understanding things. I don't doubt that at all. How that excuses you from the other just flat out racist things that you said, it really doesn't.
Exactly.
It shouldn't. People have all the context in that. Some were in quotations, some were out of quotations. You just said
I mean, like you said, it's one thing that people take out of context. I mean, I kind of feel like everybody could to agree to that. But there are multiple clips, multiple videos of you reading people comments that's homophobic and racist, and you doing all this type of shit. Like, come on now. Like, you know what you're doing.
You should still be held accountable
so
for that.
Don't try to use that as an excuse.
You also had people like Sam Hyde, who we killed Doja Cat for. You had him on your platform as well. Is there any explanation for that?
And she's being called out for posting a photo of herself wearing a t-shirt featuring Sam Hyde, who is, by the way, notoriously known across the internet for his neo-beliefs. In a now deleted and resized image, she's wearing a black graphic t-shirt.
And you wanna know what's crazy? Of course, Doja is light skinned, but people praise light skin because you're the closest thing that's being white. Like, my thing about it is people who like to glorify and put people on pedestals just because they had clear skin, it doesn't make you perfect on the inside. Like, and I kind of feel like people lose sight of that. Like, y'all really think there are some pretty people that is really dark, pretty dark skinned black people. Man, trust me, I wish I had a nigga like that. But come on, y'all, like people who like to glorify light skins just because you see everybody else is doing it and you kind of feel like that's to be your preference because you see everybody else is doing it. That just goes to show that once again, as I keep saying over and over and over again, y'all don't touch grass. Like it's one thing if you have a preference towards what you attracted to, but if you just doing that just to put dark skin and black people and brown skinned people down, it's like nigga, that make you look fucking dusty. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Sam Hyde holding a firearm. The controversial figure has faced backlash in the past for his support to Donald Trump and the alt-right movement. And he's well known for donating $5,000 to Andrew Anglin, the founder of New York website The Daily Stormer. Doja has yet to comment anything about the selfie, but we can tell you people were not happy.
You think the police should treat people differently depending on their race?
Yes.
Why?
If you pulled up on a car full of 4 black guys at night, and you asked them to roll their window down,
I go, yo, what's up, Holmes? Let's get something to eat.
what do you think would happen?
No, you're implying that they would be violent, but they wouldn't. They're good people. You're a racist guy? Are you a racist?
I got racial hang-ups. If I pick up the phone and it's Indian, I hang up.
I don't know how the keyboard
Wow,
works.
see, like I said, this is why we have Black History, Gay Month. Don't we have Women Pride? I mean, not Women Pride, but Women Month. Not just toward black women, but all different type of women of color in general. Like, that's why we have months like that. We don't have a month towards whites and like we don't have that because you know why.
Things. And this is why this matters. It's interesting how Anthony Fantano is very much a.
And you see people like that, they act like they can't be touched. They need their ass whooped, bro. They need karma.
Hip hop and consumes a lot of, you know, the remnants of it. Gets all of
like hold on.
Hip-hop,
Let me go back.
Implying that they would be violent, but they wouldn't. They're good people. You're racist.
Wait, hold on.
Guy, are you a racist?
I got racial.
Bitch, look at you and you fucking talking shit. First of all, your build look dusty and crunchy as hell. If you take off the hat off, you look like you ain't got no fucking edges, I bet. And bro, first of all, you look like Patrick off of fucking SpongeBob. So like, it's like, nigga, are you really talking shit? Like, it them be the main, bro.
Racial hang-ups. If I pick up the phone and it's Indian, I hang up.
I don't know how the keyboard warriors can really.
Bro, you think you an exception?
And this is why this matters. It's interesting how Anthony Fantano is very much a hip-hop enthusiast. He's a guy of the culture. He's a guy who criticizes hip-hop and consumes a lot of, you know, the remnants of it. Gets all of the pieces and the parts of hip-hop, the culture, the people in it, etc., while then simultaneously turning around and saying racial things on the internet and hanging around people who have racial hang-ups because they're funny. I don't know, that's weird. If
what does that even
mean?
What the hell?
Funny racist, I think people would think that it's strange and question me and my character, but I'm seeing a lot of defense online for him just because he's given favorable music reviews for their favorite artists. That shit is so stupid. It even makes it worse because Anthony Fantano has been seen on the internet in some sort of, again, attempt to be funny, I guess, TikTok video depicting or giving judgment as to who is black enough.
Kamala Harris was told that she's not black, and there was an outrage.
Sure.
It's confusing to me why there wasn't a similar response by people like yourself. Or like, why is that what happened with Drake was treated differently?
First of all, why in the hell you questioning is Kamala is black enough? First of all, you as a white man have no should even be questioning that. Like, you fucking black. So I didn't know why the hell it's coming out of your goddamn mouth.
Whether or not I was outraged that was the case,
It's kind of messed up, right?
well, I mean, I think that those were happening in two far different contexts.
Well, I mean, like Drake's like black, right?
I mean, yeah, I can't deny that. Look, here's the thing.
Let's say this.
I'm not saying it's not faulty messaging. Like, you know, objectively speaking, like, Drake's dad is black. Drake is black.
Anthony, is not looking good for you in the light, but I do always want to give people an opportunity to at least respond to themselves.
No, I don't. No.
Everybody, for whatever reason, feels the need to speak on everything. I just do not get it, like, why people feel the need to speak up. Oftentimes it makes them look much worse, but we'll see if that's what happens with Anthony here.
Now, these are the same sorts of allegations that I have fought against and won before, and I'm happy to do it again because I have nothing to hide and I know they're not true. With Exhibit A, this clip right here, which has just been going absolutely viral, and here's my explanation for it. Early on in my YouTube career, I had some pretty lax views when it came to quoting the language
let's
of
say
other...
even if it wasn't you saying those things, you with those people and you're entertaining it. That's the problem.
And my point of view was, what does it matter? It's not me saying it. I'm relaying a lyric or a
you still
sentiment
entertaining
or a
it
point of view expressed by someone else. And the reason I'm doing so is to voice disagreement with calling people racial and homophobic slurs as a bit, which is what the original content creator I was quoting was doing. I would rather err on the side of caution and not hurt anyone by explicitly voicing language that doesn't exist in a vacuum, even if I am quoting it. And that's actually been my approach for a very long time now. I mean, this clip may be new to you, but it's actually almost 10 years old. If this was ever something I made a regular habit of doing, believe me, you'd be seeing more examples than this, and obviously say that I'm sorry, which I am in fact sorry about this. Now, there are going to be some people watching this video who will say, no, that's not enough. I know you're a racist. I saw a clip of you laughing at Trayvon Martin's death. But believe it or not, the way this clip has been presented is a lie, and it's been heavily edited too. I gotta say, the Drunken Peasants podcast where I was appearing...
Okay, if it's edited, then where's the original video then?
...clip is explicitly not a right-wing podcast. And in this clip that you just saw, I'm reading a super chat that is on the screen that was sent in by a viewer of the show. And the reason I'm jumping into reading it is that partially it is a dig at me, because on the show it's not exactly a secret that I'm an openly liberal vegan. And from there, here is what actually happens.
A vegan invited me to an event that taught me about PETA's buying guide / neoliberal whiteness and Trayvon Martin. Okay.
Dude, fuck Trayvon. I was gonna. I was gonna say Trey Melvin, but it's no Trayvon Martin.
Man, you're so. You know what, Jeff? You're so right wing.
As you can see there, that is not the clip that is getting passed around. In this original clip, Jeff Holiday there on the podcast doesn't even finish his sentence. He apparently gets Trayvon Martin mixed up with someone else entirely, and I even call him a moron. Because that is obviously something a fucking moron would communicate. With all that being said...
Okay, first of all, but you're smiling though. You see that? What you just showed right there, you're smiling. So, like I saying, it's like you're entertaining it. Like you're happy, like, yeah, it's true.
Said, I realized a long time ago that I really do need to be careful about who I talk to and what platform I appear on publicly, because in the eyes of the wrong person, any association or appearance can be read as a deep tie or an endorsement of an idea that I don't fucking agree with.
I'm to the point where none of this is surprising to me. I knew Anthony was going to have something to say about all these, and while I did believe that there was some sort of edits made towards the Trayvon Martin clip, just the insensitivity around saying things for the sake of them being quotes or whatever the case may be, that was clearly still there. He also addressed the Fader situation where it was a white noose being hung around a black man. All that stuff is fine. There were some times in that super cut where there was no quote Anthony. And I think that was just totally glossed over. But again, does it surprise me that these young white men, content creators coming up in the internet in the early 2010s had said things like this before?
I even heard about the whole Neon situation about that Breakfast Club.
Was one of those, okay, I expected this. It's not surprising situations to me. I'm not falling to my knees in Walmart because the needle drop is getting canceled now in Walmart. But what it does spark is an interesting conversation. Two things: is being young an excuse, and two,
that's not an excuse. That's the thing. They want to bring this young card out. Like I said, you could teach this to a 10-year-old. Trust me.
Old topics continuously and repeatedly. For me, as far as pulling up old topics continuously and repeatedly about your past that have been debunked before, this is the price of, and I don't even want to say fame, but just living life, experiencing new people, being shown to a new audience, etc., etc. It's your past, and it is a part of who you are and your story. you are going to have to address it, as annoying as it may be. And you could go the route of not addressing it at all. I found that Duke Dennis did that most recently when people brought up a case about him back in 2014, I want to say. He just ultimately did not address it, and it died down, which these things normally do, because a lot of the internet has...
He didn't address it, but he addressed the whole baby mama situation.
But at the end of the day, as you grow and people look through your past and your history, it's no different than if you go get a background check and you have something on there, or if you had a job interview where they're looking at your resume. That's your life. You're gonna have to respond about it. And as long as you've atoned for those sins that you've done in the past, you should be okay with talking about those things. That's why I felt it was very weird when Neon got so upset that the Breakfast Club, albeit in a joking manner, was just simply asking him about his past.
And then Ada Ross, he pull up to the live chat on the Breakfast Club talking about some old Neon don't believe when they trying to use it. Aiden is another one on the list that he needs karma. I'm sorry. I don't give a... First of all, I'm not sorry. I don't give a fuck. Like, he need an ass whooping too.
A lighthearted version of it. You should be able to just address it. And two, is being young an excuse? I think not. Not at all. There was a tweet that I saw about Love Island this past weekend. Sierra from Love Island, who we had covered on this channel, who said a racial slur on her platform. It's interesting how these people are young and they don't know any better, yet they use these terms, phrases, racial epithets, slurs, or whatever the case may be, in the most perfect presentation ever.
Exactly.
It makes no sense. If I didn't know that this was hurtful, or if I didn't know that this was a slur, or if I didn't know the context of any of this stuff, I would use it wrong. We've seen videos, we've seen depictions, we know people in real life that don't know what words mean and they use them wrong. Hell, sometimes I use words wrong on this platform and I know people are like, you know what? Omar doesn't know what that word means. And that's okay. Chalk that up to total ignorance. But to say that somebody is young as an excuse when they are using it in the best way possible, it just does not make any sense to me. So how's this going to go over? I really don't know. I don't think that people are going to cancel Anthony Fantano. I don't think cancel culture is even real.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too.
Regardless of how much.
No, I mean, there are some people who got canceled before, but they come right back into the spotlight. So it's like... That's why I was like, when I heard about they canceled his page, I'm like, how long they cancel it for? So
I just don't want people to go forward using those two excuses about pulling up old tweets and what's wrong with people, etc., as some sort of grace from now on, and especially not the "it's young, that was the era." Listen, that whole "it's young, it was the era" conversation is one of the stupidest things in the world. You wanted to be edgy because that was the era of being edgy. I'll even give you grace there. Fine, that's cool. It's stupid, but it's cool. You could have chosen.
I don't give a damn.
You could have just chosen.
It's like you can make videos without being fucking hateful. Like, is it really that damn hard? Like, come on now.
To be an outright contrarian, opposing things that are just widely regarded to be known as true. You could have been homophobic. Could have been misogynistic. You could have been just anti-anything. You chose to be racist. I don't think that that's just a secret. Now, sometimes everybody chooses all of them. But if you wanted to be edgy, there's ways to be edgy that don't include you, disparaging people.
You don't have to be edgy
or their class or whatever. If I want to be edgy, I'd probably get a neck tattoo. Right? I'd probably start smoking cigs. I don't think I would start going out there calling Mexican or Hispanic people just everything under the sun. That's probably not how I would do it. I'm thinking this cancellation is a strong to like 6. I don't think it's very impactful. I don't think it's very meaningful. Not his best work, but also not his worst work. Yeah, this was kind of weak to me. Transition. Have you read up on Anthony Fantano?
Girl, boy, I cannot. I see what he just did there. But yeah, y'all go follow his page. I'm gonna put his video or his YouTube channel in a link in the description below. So make sure y'all go follow him. And make sure y'all go follow my page also. I really appreciate it. Now, before I leave, this whole... I ain't gonna lie. When it comes... Every time we talk about racism and... people being racist and shit, it always had to go towards black people. Like, that's the main thing. Of course, racism can go towards, Latinos, Asians, and all of this and that and the third, but let's be fucking honest, it's mainly the black people. Like, they are the higher ups if they wanna... Black people are the higher ups to be racist towards too. So it's like, are we really surprised? So yeah, I wanna know what you guys in the comments below, what you think about this whole video, and I will see you Timmy Turners in the next game video or, you know, the game stream or the game video. Y'all take care.